Hey, my little gemstones, welcome to Briar Rose Cottage. Mattress is gone. Yayness, that I am Lady Rosemary, the Moonstone Crow, and welcome. I am going to lay down a rant. Okay. I just watched a video by this person, this Sherri, that I follow on occasion, who talks about being a Gen Xer. And she was commenting, she was watching a video from, oh my God, if this chick is 20, 22, wow. Probably closer to 17, 18, maybe even 19. But this young woman with her bottle blonde hair, which is totally stolen from the 50s for sure, talking smack about my generation. Ooh, that's a Who song. Definitely, it's a poke fun at. It's a jump on a generation and make fun of them as she's wearing with her bleach blonde hair and her flannel shirt. Oh my God, she got so many things wrong. You know, no responsibilities, don't want to go grocery shopping. Oh my God, my parents spanked me. Like, my parents barely spanked me at all. Mom chased us around the kitchen with a wooden spoon once and broke the top off. Probably the most frightening time from my childhood, other than the time my grandma lost her shit because my sister was screaming and then wouldn't listen to me and found a willow switch and then had to apologize for half an hour for using that on me. I don't know what the 20-somethings are, but don't talk smack about my generation. You know absolutely nothing about Gen X, unless you do your research or have Gen X grandparents. Because a 20-something, yeah, that puts, if I'd been able to have kids, you'd be my grandkid, and you know what? I would smack that attitude right off your face right here now and put you in your place, little missy. Because everything she was saying, I can't find it anymore to even reference it here. I do not appreciate having my generation being besmirched. There's your word for the day. Go look that up. Besmirched. BESMIRCHED. I do believe is how you spell that. That our generation was still learning cursive, got messed up by hooked on phonics, and have no clue what the heck new math is now. I will give you that. We have no idea what new math is. It's insane. 1 + 1 + 1 is 3. Dudes, you would line the lines up on a piece of paper and with your finger go 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's the answer. 3. But I am a hose drinking, irrigation hose drinking, because we ran a tent and trailer court for camping, etc. We didn't have city water in our hose. Grown up in the Okanagan, the water in spring coming out of the tap, which was city water, looked like apple juice. We bathed in that, we drank that, and we did not boil that water. They eventually did fix it. The water runs clear now, but it's so full of chlorine. Yes, we ran outside till the lights were on. But we still had to get our homework done. We still had to help cook and clean and do chores. And I never got paid for any of that. So, yes, there's the anger, bitty, resentful the Gen Xers have. You still had to do all your stuff so you can go and play outside all the time. And I got news for little Missy. I had a better childhood than you did because I and my friends could go and leave once homework was done, or we convinced our parents that homework was done, and I got my chores done for the week. There was no freedom. Our parents smoked in the house. We had no bicycle helmets. I agree with seatbelts and bicycle helmets and no smoking in the house. That's just awful things. But we live dangerously. We're some of the last, us and millennials are some of the last generations that had lead paint as normal paint in the house before they really learned that it's that toxic, and kids chewing on their cribs was poisoning them. Let's see. What else was she? Oh, yes. Okay. So by the time I was 5 years old, I knew how to use a wringer washer. Those were insane. My grandmother said, don't just shove stuff in there. Be careful. I was watching her do laundry one day. She didn't let me use it. But by the time I was 8 years old, I knew I could use it by myself. And did laundry one day. Yeah, you got to watch for the wringer because, oh my God, I saw what it did to a face cloth. Watch your fingers, people. Would give anything to have one of those back. I had to walk to school for half an hour when I was 6 years old. A lot of times I walked home by myself. I had to walk, not the both ways uphill in the middle of winter. It was only kind of slight hill one way. But I walked to school. There was no taking a freaking bus. And Sherri was right. The wall didn't come down till the year I graduated. Ronald Reagan. I was part of the Reagan years. I grew up with Jimmy Carter. News was, she's right, 5, 6, and 11 is generally when we had news, and then clips would buzz in on the TV. A lot of our people not only survived World War II times, but we're talking the Korean War and the Vietnam War. So before you, as a young person, common sense people, before we make fun of other generations, especially ones that come before us, get just the facts, ma'am, and only the facts. Get your shit straight. Because all you're doing is making yourself look stupid. My generation didn't eat Tide Pods. My generation didn't eat spoonfuls of cinnamon or lick toilet seats or disregard COVID and things and lick shelves, My generation didn't do that. We had brains in our head, and maybe that's because we had to drink hose water instead of going into the house, and we ate dirt as children when we played outside with our cars and etc. Good old metal Tonka trucks. Bye, everyone. Be kind.